Well, hello everybody. Welcome back. So, here's a thought for you. I've been watching, several months ago this podcast got launched. It's called Solved. It's ran by Mark Manson. Great dude. An author, podcaster, obviously, YouTuber, sort of in the realm of like self-help, personal development kind of space, And this podcast called Solved. They're like really long episodes, so you like watch them in sections, or you just like listen to them while you're doing stuff, whatever. And they get right into the nitty gritty of a lot of these sort of topics of personal development and whatnot. And I believe this was the one about emotions. I could be wrong. There's been a handful of episodes and I've watched all of them. I believe this was the one about emotions, but I could be wrong. But anyway, they were talking, and I've been thinking about this ever since I heard it. They were talking about, different cultures and how there is, different expectations on what's acceptable and how you're able to conduct yourself when you're out in public, basically, right? And we won't get into all that. It's a big, long, cultural, scientific, psychological thing. But basically, it's just they were talking about the differences of it. And it was saying that even if you're like 90 to 99% compatible with your culture's way of conducting itself, and like you agree with it, and you feel good behaving that way, if there's like one thing that just doesn't seem to jive with you that much, or just doesn't seem right, and you kind of don't follow that same order in a lot of situations, then that could just be a psychological sign, I guess, that you're just kind of incompatible with that emotional state, or that way of doing things. And so it got me thinking. I was thinking about this, and they were also saying about how, like here in the West, it's like you can be borderline screaming and yelling, carrying on, making a big deal about all this stuff right in the middle of public one day, and then show up the next day in a really good mood, and it's like, that was yesterday, that's in the past, like that's over now. There's hardly any even acknowledgement about it whatsoever, and it's just kind of a given. It's just kind of expected. It's like, well, yeah, I was in a really bad mood yesterday. I was having a really bad day. This happened and that happened, and I was overwhelmed, whatever you want to call it. But today is a good day, and now I don't feel that way. So, like, that was yesterday, and today is today, kind of thing. And so it just got me thinking. I was like, yeah, how often do you see this take place? And this is one that never really resonated with me. Not from the outside, like if I see somebody doing that and then I see them the next day, like I'm not gonna be an asshole to them or treat them any different or discard them or write them off or whatever. I'm a pretty forgiving, kind person that way, like whatever, I don't care. Like, yeah, that was yesterday, today's a different day. But I was just observing how okay people are with just exuding whatever sort of mood they might be in right in the middle of public, like literally right in the middle of public, and just automatically accepting that if they're having a good day the next day, it's like it doesn't even need to be. It doesn't, like it, like they walk in completely shameless, no embarrassment, no apology or anything, right? Like sometimes, but like 90% of the time, there's like none of that. It's just like, oh, it's a different day now. I'm in a good mood now. So hello everybody, what's up, right? And it actually kind of baffles me. That's like one of the things. And like I'm a pretty fucking Western person, okay? Like, look at me. There's nothing about me that is not somebody of the Western world. So like, yeah, like I'm one of those people that's probably like 99% compatible with like most of our values, most of our emotional states, most of the ways that we generally agree is how you're supposed to do things and whatever, right? But one thing that I mean, it's not to say that I haven't done it before, like I wouldn't say that, but one thing that you'll very rarely ever see me do is behave like the example I just said, and then show up the next day, even if the next day turns out to be a fucking fantastic day and the day before was a terrible day. Like, you're just not gonna see, like, if I were to break down and behave that way, like, I would genuinely be embarrassed showing up again the next day. I would probably genuinely apologize to people. I would probably genuinely, like, acknowledge, even if I didn't apologize, even if I didn't think I needed to apologize, maybe I wouldn't even do that, but I would at least genuinely acknowledge that happened, and, like, at least explain a little bit, like, actually explain, even though it's obvious, like, still, like, feel obligated to explain, like, that was a really bad day yesterday, but I'm actually feeling really good today, so, yeah, so, never mind yesterday and it should be good today. Right? As funny as that sounds. And but I observe this a lot when I'm around, like, and I spend a lot of time in public. I love just, like, observing the way people conduct themselves in public. I find it all very fascinating and interesting, and I'm also a really social person, so I enjoy it a lot. As much as I come to the forest to relax and enjoy the outdoors, and I usually come to these places to do videos like the one you're seeing now because it's a bit more quieter and there's not as much distractions. I mean, I spend a lot of time in the public, and for various different reasons. Observing is one of them. And I'll see these people that, yeah, like I said, like, they're borderline screaming, yelling, carrying on, just basically having an adult hissy fit right in the middle of public, and a bunch of people have to become involved, and it's just this big thing. And then the next day they'll show right back up to that spot, all the same people around, and not like a single, even minuscule acknowledgement of what happened yesterday, not a single apology, not even an awkward moment or an awkward silence, or just anything. It's like, it's just a given, expected thing that, like, oh, that happened on whatever yesterday or whatever day it was, and I was feeling that way then, and now I'm not feeling that way, so here I am. And it's like, to me, I observe something like that, and it's like, yeah, okay, we'll roll with that then. Cool, yeah, glad you're back having a good day again today, and cool, nice to see ya. Whatever, right? But yeah, before I ramble on too long, I mean, there's no real point to this. It's just something that's been rattling around in my brain. And after I heard these guys on this podcast really sort of go deep into that, and how it's not that way in all cultures, like some cultures it's like you don't do that, and if you do, it's like there's an arrangement made behind it, like if you show up the next day, like, it's acknowledged, it's acknowledged, and you are expected to acknowledge it in whatever way seems appropriate. And there's a bit more of an initiation back kind of thing, right? It's not just like one day it's that way, the next day it's this day, and that's all okay, and cool, see you later, have a nice day kind of thing, like it is here. And yeah, that's like the 1% that I'd say I'm incompatible with in the conduction of people in this part of the world, even though, as I said earlier, I'm 99% compatible with, like, most other things of the West. But just keep that in mind, I guess, right? If there's, like, to you could completely disagree with what I'm saying, but there's another way that people behave that seems totally normal and is very well accepted and considered just okay to do on a day-to-day basis, that you just would never do yourself, or you're a lot more conscious of it if you do it, and just seem to feel different than the general public about it. It could just be that that's one of the values of your nation, or the part of the world you're in, or the region, or the town, or whatever, however big or small you want to cut the pie there, that you are just simply incompatible with. And it's just a very interesting thing to contemplate and figure out for yourself. And and just think about and also observe when you're out and around. So keep that in mind. I hope this video was good and somewhat informative, and please come back for more.